NBA forced Heat star Jimmy Butler to switch jerseys before the game against the Nuggets. This was on Saturday after Butler wore a jersey without a name on the back. The NBA's reasoning was that having no name or message on the back of the jersey was not on the list of acceptable social justice messages put out by the league. Here's what Butler had to say about the jersey swap.
Before tip-off, you came out wearing a jersey that didn't have any name on the back. It didn't have a social justice message on the back. You came out to center court, then you went back and put on the jersey that you're wearing now. Explain why you did that.
Because I'm no different than anybody else. Just because, I'm in the league, my name's on the back of my jersey. When I'm driving my car, I'm an African-American male as well. And that's my message. Like, none of us are any different. And we want to be equal. No matter who you are, no matter where you are, we deserve that.
Jimmy, what was the official explanation you finally got from the league as to why you couldn't wear the nameplate empty on your jersey?
I don't know. I don't care. So I didn't have a name on the back at the start, but I decided to change because my teammates probably needed me a little bit today.
All right, Perk and Jay are back. Stephen A., I'll start with you here. Whose side are you on with this one? The NBA or Butler?
Damn, Molly, it's such a tough question because I want to side with the players so much because I appreciate Jimmy Butler's position so much. But I side with the NBA on this. And the reason why I side with the NBA on this is because the NBA did not fail to talk with anybody and mandate some rule or regulations as it pertains to what acceptable names and slogans would appear on the back of a jersey. The NBA discussed this and negotiated this with Michelle Roberts and the NBA Players Association with Chris Paul as its president. They agreed upon all of this. From what I'm told, Pat Riley was aware of this, Jimmy Butler was aware of this, Michelle Roberts was aware of this, et cetera, et cetera. So we all understand what the rules and regulations are. Why? Because you are doing business. Even though you're playing basketball, you are engaging in business with corporate America. I remember weeks ago, and I said this, Jay and Kendrick, there literally were a couple of players that had proposed during the negotiations. They wanted to have the words F Trump on the back of their jersey. You can't have that. You can't have something like that because, number one, it would be deemed inappropriate by millions upon millions of Americans. Number two, corporate America wouldn't be comfortable with that. And they're the ones that pad your coffers, that assist in you ultimately getting paid the money that you get paid. And I religiously say this to people all the time. You can, and I'm not talking about Jimmy Butler here, whose work deserves every penny. He's an all-star. He's a great dude. I'm not talking about him. I'm just speaking in my general principle. You can't sit there and tell the world, F you, screw you, I don't give a damn what you say. You don't mean nothing. It don't matter to me what you think. It don't matter to me what you say. I'm going to do what I want to do anyway. Oh, by the way, can I have your money? It does not work that way. I'd like it to work that way. We all wish that we had that level of freedom. Whether we would choose to exercise it or not, we would love to have that freedom. But we don't. We don't. And if every other player in the bubble complied with the rules and the regulations as it pertains to what you agreed collectively would be allowed on the back of a jersey, and you play for that league, you have to capitulate because it was negotiated and your representation agreed to that. That's the real world. That's how it goes. And I can appreciate where Jimmy Butler's coming from, but he learned a thing or two about the real world because you saw they didn't let him get on that court, and they stopped the game until he had on a jersey with at least his name on the back, or if not, it would have been one of those slogans. That's the way it goes. And we have to accept that and pick our battles that are worth fighting.
I say that last line, said it. We have to pick our battles that are worth fighting. I don't like the fact that the league didn't allow him to do it. but I understand.
Yeah.
But here's also why I think this was a win-win scenario. I say, hear me out on this one, okay? So, yes, there were a whole bunch of slogans and names that were allowed to be put on the back of jerseys, and Adam Silver and the NBA did negotiate that with the NBAPA, okay? I love that we were allowed to do that the league has been so flexible and so progressive in the stances that they are taking on national TV during a pandemic when so many social injustices have occurred. They stand for the players. I recognize that. But I still do like the fact that a part of the league is still holding firm to, yes, there are rules in place, and these are things that we have negotiated, and these things that we have to make sure that we mandate. I understand that. But here's the brilliant thing about what just occurred. So even though Jimmy Butler was forced to remove his jersey, there seems to be an interesting compromise here because for that first minute and a half, he did wear a jersey with no name on the back. This did become a very national story, a story in which he was allowed to then have a microphone and articulate his thoughts, which you, me, Perk, we all agree with. I've had a lot of experiences where I've been pulled over. Doesn't matter that I've been on TV. Doesn't matter success that I had in the NBA or at the collegiate level. Just another black man at the end of the day. I understand that. I love that he made that point and that he had a microphone to do so. It may not have the same sustainability of a runway that it could have had throughout the playoffs, but there was that sweet compromise that it did become a story, national news, that we're talking about today on the biggest platform there is on our network. We're having a conversation about it. And I do want to give credit to Adam Silver about they could have mandated the fact that he didn't wear the jersey at all. You can't wear it at all. Don't even wear it for the first minute of the game to take it off. But the fact that it seems like there was a sweet compromise, I do just want to give a little bit credit to the league that even though it wasn't negotiated on, having that leeway once again goes to show you how progressive this league is and how they think, and they do allow their players to articulate their voice. I thought this was a win-win for everybody all the way around with it.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.